What dominated the internet basically was the news of the flood that happened across different aspects, different places in Lagos. While a lot of creator gave an intellectual discussion about this, many of them actually, some of them also did a terrible job misinforming you, thereby creating an unnecessary panic, which was never necessary. So on today's episode, I'm going to talk about the 5 locations that are fraud prone, what you must do if you have an investment there, or what you should do if you plan to have an investment there. So I'm not going to tell you this place is flooded or whatever. I'm just going to give you a professional overview of what you need to understand and 3 important things you must pay attention to. Welcome to today's episode of the show. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and I'll be back immediately after this short time out. Starting the first flood-prone area that we have is the Ajegunle, the Ajegunle axis of Lekki. Now, when you look at the flooding situation of that place, you will agree with me that the government also have an important role to play in minimizing this. We saw how children how canoes were used to transport children to their school. And basically, a lot of people have come to condemn, what is happening in that area. But one of the major things that affected flood situation in that area is the issues of what Ononile. Now, there is a canal, a water system in Ajegunle area. And what has happened in that area basically is that some of the landowners in those areas, family that owns land in that area, sold some of these places to real estate developers. And if you are familiar with that places, you could notice that one of the major channel of canal that was supposed to dislodge most of those rainwater to the lagoon before the lagoon empty most of this rainwater into the Atlantic Ocean. Most of those lands have been sold and there are construction there. Now, the Lagos State government said there will be massive demolitions to address this. But the most important thing that we need to understand is that demolition will not come anytime soon. So, if you are investing in Ajegunle in those axes, if you are investing in New Road, if you are investing in Olokolo, it is very, very important that you understand the water channel in those areas, understand the areas that are very prone to those areas, prone to flooding, and of course, have an expert do what we call an EIA, which is an environmental impact assessment of the flooding area, of the flooding issue situation in that area, so that you can understand if a real estate investment is good or not. Number 2 is the Ado area of Aja and also the Abrama Adesoya area. Now, what has caused flooding in most of these areas are just blocked canals. And it is very sad because of the fact that despite the fact that the government is making deliberate efforts to ensure that those areas are constantly free from flooding, you will find out that a lot of people are still pouring their waste in those canals. And also, real estate developers in those axes are not even making matter easier for themselves. If you look at those areas, you find out that the most or the cheapest terraces or duplexes that we have in this area is ranging from 200 million upward. But you see, a lot of real estate developers have done themselves a great disservice by building estates without working to ensure that they have a proper drainage channel. It is an eyesore, it is unbelievable and totally unpardonable if you choose to buy a property in this axis and if the developer does not have what we call the drainage system layout. Now, if a developer does not have a drainage system layout, that means the developer is not ready to tackle flood. Most especially if that area is prone to flooding. Though the Lagos State government have said that what has actually caused most of this flood in these areas is because of the fact of what we call climate change and the increase of the sea level. Because of the fact that Lagos is a coastal area, the most of the flood that we experience in these areas is because of that. So if you are looking at these areas, it is very important that you look at the EIA and of course the drainage layout. If the developer doesn't show you this area, your property may be flooded. Location number 3 is the Abidjo Labora axis. Now, what has caused flooding in this axis basically is that I'm very much familiar with this axis. And what has caused flooding in this axis is just due to what? Human negligence. There are people who have deliberately built on drainage channels, okay? And the same is also applicable in Awuyaya. Now, when you look at the way to the Awuyaya axis, you will find out that those areas were heavily flooded. Now, apart from the fact that if you should look at some of the drone footage we are showing you now, you find out that we have a lot of blocked channels. Now, apart from the fact that most of those drainages are blocked, the developers that are also building in those areas are filling places that is meant for free flow of water. Now, you will understand basically that people just buy properties in Lagos without observing or following the master plan that we have in those areas, and that is why. So apart from the fact that the entire drainage system that should channel the water to the lagoon, and before the lagoon can dislodge this water to the Atlantic Ocean, these areas basically has become a place of major concern. And these are some of the things we need to understand. Monastery was also heavily flooded, and this obviously is not a thing of surprise. Though a lot of people have come online to blame the Lagos Calabar Coastal Road for the flooding that we have in Monastery and also in Olokolo. But from the environmental impact assessment that our team have conducted in those areas, we found out that what is causing flooding is not the Lagos Calabar Coastal Road. In fact, the flooding would have been worse if there was no Lagos Calabar Coastal Road, because you see, as the expert has actually predicted, if there was no road there, the sea level in that area would have flooded the entire Lekki and most of the parts of Apapa. But you see, because of the height of the coastal road, the presence and the tendency of that area becoming flooded was minimized to the level. But when I went to Monastery, trust me, developers that are building in Monastery did not do a good job. You see, in as much as fact that it is the duty of the government to control flooding and make sure that our drainage channels are working, the developer should also know what we call a corporate social responsibility, thereby ensuring that most of these drainage channels are adequately tended to. You might say it's not their job, but basically, if you wait for government to do everything, flood will also disturb you. So what has happened basically in Sokoto is that most of the the drainages are not properly maintained, and majority of them are blocked. And if developers don't look for a way to make this thing work, it will become another thing. Another area that is prone to flooding is the Bogije axis. Now, Bogije axis and the Babadisa axis, I'll be mentioning both of them because of time. Now, what has caused flooding in this area is a clear indicator of ignorance. I'm not saying the people of Lekki are ignorant, but I'll just say basically that if you're familiar with most of those areas, you will find out that most of the roads that were supposed to have different drainage. In fact, in Bogije, there should not be a flood in the first place, because you see, there is a lagoon behind Bogije where some of this flooding, where some of these drainage channels, should position so that they can adequately take water from where they have to where they are supposed to do. But if you're familiar with the Lekki axis, in Lekki, real estate developers don't follow what we call Lagos State Building Approval Protocol. They don't follow the EIA, environmental impact assessment report. In fact, majority of the shops, the malls that we have in Bogije and other parts of Lekki are built in places where we should have drainages. And even in some of the places that we have drainages in the Lekki, you find out that people are building shops, mosques, or every other religious institution very close to the channels. And sometimes once it rains heavily, there is no water to. So if you have seen the Bogije canal, Bogije flood is a case of what? Human negligence and human error. People did not, in places where they should build drainage channels and have shops there, and the government said they want to start moving those shops, you will notice that the news will dominate social media for the wrong reasons, and a lot of people will be criticizing the government. So you see, what is happening in the major part of Lekki is a case of what? Human error. So these are the 5 places that are prone to flooding. However, we should also notice that there are places in the Lekki that did not experience flooding at all. So these are some of the things you need to understand as you are investing. So with this few points in mind, you have been able to have a clear understanding of why major places in Lagos continually gets flooded. And if you are investing and you plan to invest in those areas, work with us. We have an environmental report, an environmental assessment of places that are open for flooding and places that are free from flooding. Because of time, I'll be able to go into that. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Bye for now.